Hey guys, welcome back to your show, The Guru's Project. This is your boy Guru who help you guys out in separating the game from the truth. Honestly speaking, man, I'm a very slow reader. It takes me almost an hour to read 10 pages. I know it's crazy, but that's how much time it does take me. Because I don't really want to just go through the book. I actually study the book. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if I'm lifting weights or if I'm reading 10 pages. I want tenfold back every time I invest my time, effort, and energy. Started reading books back in 2019 and it took me like 4 months to read my first book. No kidding, man. Honestly speaking, 90% of it was hocus pocus, 10% of it was good content, but it was nothing practical which I could use in my daily life. When none of the people whom you know read books, it can be really tricky to find a good book. Telling you guys purely based on my experience. So guys, the book that we'll be talking about today is none other than How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and it is one of the 2 books which I recommend everybody who is just getting started. $20 book with $1 million info. So guys, wasting no more time, let's jump right in. The very first thing that I got from this book is that don't criticize, condemn, and complain. Abraham Lincoln said in one of his speeches that don't criticize them. We would have done the same thing if we would have been in same circumstances. When we're dealing with people, guys, we need to understand that we are not actually dealing with creatures of logic. We're dealing with people who are powered by emotions and I don't want to say it, but they're highly motivated by their pride. Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain. And fact of the matter is that most fools do. But guys, we need to understand that it takes character and self-control to be forgiving and somebody who's understanding. If you can't control yourself, if you can't control your tongue, I mean, just what's the difference? What's the difference between us humans and animals? I mean, just think about it. So guys, instead of condemning people, let's try to figure out like why they do what they do. Because if you think about it long term, it's much more profitable than this talking shit. Second thing that I got from this book is that only give honest and sincere appreciation. One thing that you will find me preaching all the time in all my videos is that people are smart. So you're not bullshitting nobody, because the bullshit senses of people these days, man, had to say it, are very in tune. William James said in one of his speeches that the deepest principle of human nature is the craving to be appreciated. In this book, Dale Carnegie talks about a guy, his name was Charles Schwab. I think that's how you pronounce it, pardon me if I'm wrong, but Charles was one of the first American guys in business to make a salary over $1 million. The guy's Dale Carnegie was really fascinated, man, so he went to him and asked him like, yo homie, like, you're making so much green, man, like, what's the secret? I'm taking help of the book, guys, because I want to give you the exact info. So it's page number 23, bottom half. It says that I have yet to find the person, however great or exalted his station, who did not do better work, put forth greater effort under the spirit of approval than he would ever do under the spirit of criticism. I tell you guys a fact that some people are so hungry, so thirsty for appreciation that they will swallow anything. Just like a starving man can eat grass. By appreciation, I'm not telling you guys to start doing flattering, because flattering is nothing more than cheap praise, and I don't want my TGP family to relate anything cheap with their names. Number 3 on the list is arouse in other person an eager want. This book got like over 200 pages, man. 236 to be exact. But there's one thing that author Dale Carnegie has said over 15 times, if not more. That one thing, that one secret, which even Henry Ford talks about, is your ability to get other person's point of view and see things from his angle as well as your own. Dale Carnegie says that he who can do this has the world with him, and he who cannot walks lonely. And I think that's a pretty powerful statement. The fourth thing that I got from this masterpiece is that the only way to get the most out of any argument is to just avoid it. You can't win any argument, man, because if you lose it, you lose it. And if you win it, you still lose it. Why? Well, suppose that you win the argument and you prove the other person wrong, that he's a moron and you have thought through things more rationally. Then what? What about him? You just made him feel inferior by hurting his pride. One thing we need to keep in mind, man, is that a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion. If you argue, wrestle, and contradict, you will be able to achieve victory sometimes, but that victory will be an empty one because it will never get you the goodwill of your opponent. The fifth thing that I got from this book, that if you're wrong, just admit it. This politically correct society teaches us that it's better to hide our faults instead of admitting them, but honestly, my friend, it's a polar opposite. Back in the day, I used to be a very stubborn kid who always used to find a scapegoat instead of admitting his faults. But as I've grown up now, as I've become a little more wise, I think admitting your mistake It's the best thing that a person can do. Every time you admit your mistake, it's gonna create an air of respect. So guys, remember, by fighting, you'll never get enough. And by yielding, you'll always get more than what you expect. That's it for this week's video, guys. I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope you guys are safe and sound, away from that COVID bullshit. You guys know it, man. I don't do it for fame. I don't do it for money. I don't do it to put a hole in your pocket. So guys, if you generally like the video, found informative, made you think, made you better, or if it shifted your perspective, or if you just enjoyed the video overall, kindly hook me up with one of your friends. That's all I charge for the show. That's all I ask in return. Take care, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next week. Until then, keep in mind, every day above ground is a good day.